In this video, we're going to examine price floors, also known as minimum prices. A price floor is a minimum legal price set by the government above the free market equilibrium price so as to prevent prices from falling too low. It is usually introduced to protect producers' incomes or to discourage the consumption of certain goods and services. A price floor only affects the market if it is set above the equilibrium price. If it is set below the market equilibrium price, it is considered as ineffective and non-binding. It will have no effect on the market. Examples of price floors include minimum wages and agricultural price supports. Let's now look at the diagram for price floor. At the original equilibrium, demand equals supply at the price PM and the equilibrium transaction quantity QM. Now, the government sets a price floor at this price level PF, which is above the original market equilibrium price PM. At this higher price, the quantity supplied increases to QS as producers are now willing to supply more. However, the quantity demanded falls to QD as consumers are less willing to buy at a higher price. This will create a surplus or excess supply as represented by this distance here. QS minus QD. This surplus will lead to several consequences. For example, there will be allocative inefficiency as output exceeds the original socially optimal level. Also, the government may need to buy up the excess supply, and this will lead to increased government spending. Also, price floors may lead to waste, particularly in the agricultural markets where the output is perishable. So the effectiveness of a price floor depends on the price elasticity of demand and supply. If demand and supply are relatively price inelastic, then the fall in quantity demanded and the increase in quantity supplied may be smaller. This will make the surplus smaller and therefore make the policy more effective. However, if the demand and supply are highly price elastic, then the excess supply can be very large and costly to manage. So to summarize, price floors aim to protect producers, but when set above equilibrium, they create surpluses and inefficiencies.